Capricorn, welcome to your hopes, fears, and reality spread. As per usual, you can click right on that description box below and we'll talk about the significance of the spread as well as the placement of each card. Here we are. Capricorn, you are hoping for an escape. Escape. Hoping to leave something behind. When I see the Eight of Cups, most people focus on what they're leaving behind, but I wonder what you're walking towards. Because it used to be something that kept you trapped in your head. So what this tells me is you're walking away from an idea that no longer serves you. It could have been something that you hoped for or hoped to happen, or it could have been a plan of creating something new or different in your life, and you're deciding to abandon that idea because it was causing you a little bit of stress and it was causing you a lot of overthinking. You just couldn't make up your mind, so you decided to let it be. Or you're hoping to let it be. The decision could have been made on a fear of rejection, that whatever it was you wanted or whatever it is that you were seeking for just wasn't going to work out. Despite your strategy and despite the ends wasn't going to justify the means. So you're like, you know what? I don't think this is going to work out. That's why you made the decision that you made. You've made a decision based on fear. The reality is, again, you wanted to drop inner conflict. You wanted to stop going back and forth. And you are willing to defend your newfound strategy. Okay? So based on maybe you got some information that just made you think that the risk wasn't worth it, So you changed your mind on what it was you want to do, and you're more willing to defend the new strategy than you are to go back to the conflicting energy of the old strategy. So it's kind of like you're scrapping an idea and starting all over. You're not letting go of the outcome. You still want a similar outcome, but it's the path in which you choose to get there, which needs to be completely overhauled. You're reinventing the wheel, Capricorn. And a Capricorn isn't going to reinvent the wheel unless it's absolutely necessary. You guys usually take a more systematic approach where you change one thing at a time until you get what you want. But this one is just, it's too much. You have to change the way that you think about it. You have to change the way that you do it in order to achieve the end goal. Because the end goal is still with you. Yep. You didn't see the opportunity. You didn't have hope in the opportunity anymore, and you weren't getting the communication that you wanted in regards to achieving the results that you wanted. And that is blatantly obvious that when the legacy card comes upside down in a Capricorn read, that tells me that the risk just wasn't worth it. You aren't willing to give up X amount of resources with the idea that you might get so much back in return. And to me, that is very much justified by the Three of Wands, which is the return on investment, but it is in the inverse. You started to take a risk, and the risk became too big. You still want a particular outcome, but you want to change the path in which you achieve that outcome, Capricorn, which to me sounds like a very smart move. Yep. There is a union or a contract, and getting the results of this is more important than the means in which you get it. So the way you were approaching this union or contract or offer or something that had to come in the past was risking too much of your resources. Now you're saying, I'm willing to give so much, but the other person or the other persons or the other entity has to meet me in the middle, because I can see this as both being about love or finance. So take what resonates and don't try and force both stories to fit. It's one or the other. You are willing to put X amount into it, but you don't feel like you're getting met in the middle. That's why you're changing up your strategy here, Capricorn. You felt like you were the workhorse. You felt like you were the foundation. You felt like you were creating the environment. And you feel like the other person or persons or entity is just along for the ride. And you're not willing to risk unless they're willing to put it forth their effort as well. Capricorn, I hope you found a message that serves your highest good, and I'll see you next time.